What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and this video I want to talk about a Mafia 4 announcement is coming very, very soon. Now, why do I say that? Well, I am taking kind of a leap of faith. I guess you could say that. You could call me out on it at a later date if I'm ever wrong. But, Jeff Keighley yesterday announced his summer Game Fest, okay? And now this is going to be taking place over several months. We talked about this yesterday, specifically regarding Batman, but they announced, it's 4 months. It's going to be taking place in multiple phases, and different companies are going to be participating in these phases, and it's going to include announcements, it's going to include reveals, it's going to include live shows, all that kind of stuff, like online shows. You're going to be able to play like demos at home, all this kind of stuff. Really, really exciting stuff. And Jeff Keighley put out the picture, the graphic for Phase 1, which included 16 developers or publishers of various, things, okay? And actually, funny enough, the first one is 2K. 2K is the makers of Mafia. Now, they're also actually the makers of a lot, Borderlands, BioShock, which, again, we know that there is a BioShock game coming from them that maybe won't be talked about, but it's not impossible that there wouldn't be a very, very, small teaser thing shown. It could happen, but, Mafia is the big one. And why is it the big one? Well, we know, again, from what many, many people have said, that Hangar 13, the studio, they're working on a Mafia 4, and the announcement for that game, although not said to be see, what's funny is there's two different sets of things. We know they're working on Mafia 4, but then when people say, like, you can expect that we're going to get that reveal very, very soon from that studio, they only say it's the studio. They don't say it's the announcement for Mafia 4. But put those two things together, if we know from many, many different people, and we do know from a lot of different people, that Hangar 13 is working on Mafia 4, then if that studio is going to announce their game soon, then Mafia 4 is going to be announced soon. And now we knew that a few months ago. I believe back in like February, I believe it was February, we had heard that an announcement was going to take place over the next couple months, I think maybe it even said, I think the verbiage was like couple months. Now, does that necessarily mean 2? No, but like the next little while. And honestly, here we are. Now, again, I said this in the Batman video, Phase 1 to me, and again, this is from May till August. August is when the online replacement for Gamescom would be taking place. Also, Nintendo, we know, has delayed their Nintendo Direct. They're not part of Phase 1. Even look at the graphic, right? Nintendo isn't there. So I would expect that August, whatever phase that is, I think there's only going to be 2 or 3 phases. That's kind of what I think. I think August is probably the last phase, / maybe July. But for this one, Phase 1, we know, again, Sony is going to be talking a lot about the PS5 late May, very early June. Like June 2nd is when that magazine issue is going to go out for the official PlayStation magazine and announce a couple new games. The PS5 would probably be revealed right before then. So like late May, early June is Sony. Microsoft would probably also be sometime in June, not counting Inside Xbox, right? We know Inside Xbox is happening. Maybe a Mafia 4 is shown there. It's not impossible. I wouldn't say it would, but it is definitely possible. But even if not, let's say it doesn't happen, the next Microsoft show would be solely focused on their own things, right? And that would take place in June. So, why am I saying all that? Well, basically I'm saying Phase 1 most likely is May and June. That's most likely what Phase 1 is. So again, Phase 2 could be July and August. Phase 2 could just be July. Phase 2 could be second half of June and July, and then Phase 3 is August. There's a couple different variations they could do it, but Phase 1, I feel like, is going to go no later than late June. So again, what does that mean? Mafia 4, I really do believe, is happening in the next 2 months. Now, we're already in May now, so happy May, everybody. We're in May now. Honestly, it's go time. It's go time for, and we've talked about this, right, on the different channels, not just Mafia, not just Batman, but there's 16 developers and publishers on that picture just for Phase 1. That's a lot of games. Even if everyone just does 2, which is not going to happen, a lot of them are going to do more than 2 announcements. That's still 32 things. So we're going to get a whole lot more than that. So it's very, very exciting, specifically for this video talking about Mafia, right? That's very exciting. I've been waiting. If you guys have watched, and we've talked about Mafia on this channel and on podcast now, it's a game I'm willing to give all the chances to. 3 did not do it for me. 3 really disappointed me, and probably when 3 happened and I played it, I probably do remember myself thinking, well, I'll just never play a Mafia again. Well, Mafia 2, what I've been told, is a really good game. That may get a remaster. Now, could that also be an announcement from 2K? Absolutely. In fact, I think it will be, and I would play it. But you have Mafia 2 with that kind of backing, I'm giving Mafia 4 a chance. Everything I've heard about Mafia 4 sounds really, really promising. Again, it's just words. It's just, my thoughts of how the game could look. Maybe when the game comes out, it's terrible. But for right now, I'm willing to give it all the chances in the world. I'm very excited for this. Now, again, could they do it during Inside Xbox literally in a couple days? Yeah, they could. The more I think about it, the more I think it is possible. Again, I don't know. I don't think this Inside Xbox is going to be the biggest thing in the world. I don't think they're going to announce like 30 things. I think they'll probably announce 3 to 5, maybe 3 to 6 games. And we know Assassin's Creed is going to be there, stuff like that. Could a Watch Dogs be there? There could definitely be games that appear. Are they going to do games that are already known? Or are they going to do games that have never been announced before? Because I feel like that's a big deal. And Inside Xbox, would you just focus on games that everybody knows about? Or would you do games that have never been seen? But then those studios that again, like 2K, imagine 2K. Don't you think you want to announce Mafia 4 on your own? And again, I get it. Like around E3 time, a lot of companies kind of make deals with other ones where they appear on their stage and announce their games, right? That's generally how things like that work. But a game or a studio like 2K, with their backing, especially with Take-Two as their publisher, right? Take-Two is enormous. Take-Two owns them. So they own BioShocks, they own the Borderlands games, they own the Mafia games. They also own all the Rockstars. So they own Red Deads, they own The Bully, they own GTA, all that stuff. They own all of it. So it's big. And with Take-Two as the publisher, again, Mafia 4 doesn't need the help of Microsoft. Not that it would be necessarily taking its help, but there's a lot of different ways they could do it. They could do Inside Xbox. They could do Microsoft's show in June. At the same time, 2K could just do their own thing. And I feel like maybe that's how they would do it. If they only have Mafia 4 to announce, maybe they do kind of double up on somebody. Maybe they go to somebody and say, hey, we want to, maybe PlayStation 5, we want to do something with you. Xbox, we want to do something, you know what I mean? Something like that is, I think, very, very possible. But no matter what, I think it's happening I think factually it's happening within the next 2 months at the latest. So guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? When are you expecting this Mafia 4 announcement? Who do you think, do you think they'll appear at somebody else's show? Do you think 2K will do its own thing? What are you guys looking forward to for Mafia 4? All those things, let me know in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed. Have that bell icon turned on so you know when these videos go up. And I do a new video on this channel every single day. And so I hope to see you guys on tomorrow's video.